Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. It is the 21st. Good to have you with us on the show. We've got a great show coming up for you this morning. Going to be talking with our interim chief of police, also taking you out to the Southwest College in just a few moments. But right now, my co-host, Dr. Lana Pagao, communications director over at the Northwest College. Good to see you, Lana.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, we had Dr. Hodges, your president, on the show yesterday. Had a lot of great updates, and I understand a lot more students returning to your campuses this semester.
We are a full house. In fact, we are busting at the seams, especially at our Katy campus.
Yeah, he mentioned about 4,000 out there. So it's definitely a full house. Engineering programs, the partnerships you guys have, those are going strong too, right?
Yeah, those are really unique programs. And we're pleasantly surprised how successful they've become.
Well, that's cool. All right. We've got a lot more updates coming your way. And we're going to, first, we want to welcome everyone who's watching us on Facebook Live and YouTube. We're here every Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. most of the time when HCC is in session. But Lana, they can always catch us in social media, rewatch the show anytime. And we're on HCC TV as well.
That's correct. We are live on Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, and we're on YouTube. We're also on X, LinkedIn, and on HCC TV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
All right, Lana, you'll be talking to this next guest, our interim police chief, Timothy Ramirez, joins us right now. Chief, always good to see you on the show.
Yes, sir. Hey, hi.
Well, I know you've got some updates as the semester, fall 2024, kicks off. We'll be with you in about 10 minutes. But first, we're going to take you out to the Southwest College. The interim president, Dr. Michael Webster, is joining us on the show. Good to see you, Dr. Webster. How are you?
Hey, Todd. Doing well. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Now, I know you guys seem to have a lot going on at the Southwest College, a lot of new things. Let's start with the Braes Oaks campus because you've got a new lab out there.
Yeah, sure enough. Last week, we did a ribbon cutting for our new CNA lab, our Certified Nursing Aid lab. There's already a cohort of students enrolled, and it's awesome to see them at work. It's very, the group was just super excited that was out there.
Being that it's a cohort, is it year-round registration for that, or do they have to register at a certain time of year for the CNA program?
Now we've got ongoing classes starting all the time. So they're enrolled in this one, and we'll kick off another one before the fall semester ends. And we've also got it at our Missouri City campus. So there's plenty of opportunity for them to find a location, as well as West Loop. So.
Right. Commercial driver's license program, now available at the Stafford campus. Is this fairly new?
Yeah, a couple of years ago, we were able to pick up a grant through the state, a true grant, and bought a few trucks. And we're doing what's called the last mile training. So the straight trucks, not the semi trucks. And there's a huge demand for those drivers. So we've got that out there, as well as Centerpoint is doing the cherry picker. And, we need those right now.
Oh, yeah.
A few weeks ago. So.
Absolutely. And, HCC now, of course, offering Bachelor of Arts, or I should say bachelor's degrees. And you guys have one with applied technology and AI and robotics. That sounds pretty exciting. How's that going?
Oh, it's amazing. Every time I go into that lab, I'm just blown away. The faculty and the students, we've got a full house now in terms of enrollment in that bachelor's program, and several on the hopper waiting to come in. We had a student recently that won an award through the Intel Global Competition, and his project was he took a microscope, connected a computer lens to it, and taught the machine how to read samples of child bloodlines to see if they had leukemia. I mean, amazing.
Incredible stuff going on there. And I think people don't understand this is a 4-year degree you can get from HCC, and you get the savings of going to HCC as well, correct?
Yeah, I mean, you're getting out of HCC after 4 years with a degree that's less than $15,000. So, I mean, you can't beat that. That's amazing. And the job market for AI and machine learning, it's huge. I mean, these folks are basically leaving and writing their checks themselves.
That's amazing. And so we'll have, if you're interested in our bachelor degree programs, we will have some information in our social media post after the show. Now let's go out to the West Loop campus. I know you've got some new things there. I used to work at the West Loop many moons ago, but I imagine it looks a lot different now. You've got a welcome center and a lot more.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing, and I invite anybody to come out and take a look. It's definitely going to be a model for the system. We opened up a new welcome center, and it houses our financial aid, our career services, any of our advising. The students can come in. They'll just it's the setup is amazing. I mean, you go in there, and it is truly a welcome center.
And also, I was at the West Loop, or I should say at the Southwest College, when they opened the Stafford Arts Center, or the Fine Arts Center at the Stafford campus. What's going on there? Are there any updates going on with that?
Well, it's a gem. I mean, if you get a chance to visit, if others want to visit, it's just a gem. We've got art, drama, ceramics, you name it. It's all in that location. The school is accredited through the National Association for School and Art and Design, and we're about to pick up another accreditation specifically in music. The faculty, they'll blow you away. There's several events this fall, worth coming out. Some exhibits and as well as some productions. So we'll definitely have to make sure that those are listed as well.
And I don't think people realize, but the Stafford campus has a lot going on. Not only do you have the Fine Arts Center, you've got the Manufacturing Center as well, Center of Excellence. Tell us about that. Any new developments with the manufacturing part? Because I know that's huge out in the Stafford market.
Yeah, so the job market in manufacturing continues to be really strong. And this is probably the top-notch location I've seen. I've been to manufacturing sites across the nation, and in terms of schools, this one, it'll blow your mind away when you go into it. We're continuing to enroll in that program right now and looking for adding to that the next cohort that's coming up. The job market, as I said, is great, but that's another one that once you graduate, you're writing your ticket to a good career.
And you don't necessarily need a 4-year degree with the manufacturing. You can get some certifications or a 2-year program. What all is offered through there? I know you offer certificates in short-term programs as well, right?
We do. We have a short-term machining program, and then we have the manufacturing engineering technician program, as well as an industrial maintenance program. And then there's a PLC and robotics program out there as well. So there's a whole range of programs that you can get certifications in.
And we can't forget the Fab Lab that's out there at the Stafford campus as well. We had Roland Fields on a couple of weeks ago showing us some cool stuff. That thing's still up and going, and it really is open to not just students, but the public as well, who can get training there as well, right?
Yeah, for sure. And in fact, this is our 4th year that we will use that lab to create awards for the East Harris County Manufacturers Association golf tournament. So students actually design and make them in that lab, and then we're sending them off to the golf tournament.
Yeah, I know. He was telling me that some members of the community have like small businesses, and they've gone in to print jewelry or pieces that they need that they could market themselves too. Yeah,
for sure. I've actually seen a few of the pieces. I don't have my ears pierced, but I would definitely wear them if I did. So.
Well, we'll let you can, we won't tell anybody if you get an ear pierced. You can just wear that on the weekend.
Exactly.
As well. Dr. Michael Webster, he is the interim president of HCC Southwest College. As we mentioned, I know we covered a lot in this short segment, but we are going to have all the pertaining links and everything you need to know in our social media post after the show. Dr. Webster, I imagine you later at a board meeting, right?
Definitely. I'll see you there.
All right. Take care. We're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, Lana's going to be meeting with our interim chief of police. We'll return in 60 seconds.
When I grow up, I want to work in a lab to build robots.
From classroom to career, we're with you every step. Register for real-world education at hccs.edu.
That one day at PE when they were yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much that helped me. I finally knew that I had somebody.
Yeah, welcome back. We are moving on to Timothy Ramirez, HCC Interim Chief of Police. Welcome back to the show, Chief Ramirez.
Hey, howdy, how are you?
I am doing well. Well, it is the first week of classes. Tell us a little about the preparations HCC PD made for the semester and how it's been going so far.
Oh, well, it's been going very, very busy. As you heard earlier today, parking lots are full, enrollment is up. It's really packed out there. And, it's a lot of moving parts with the new students, new semester. There's a lot of activity out there. And it's looking really, really good right now.
Yeah, we always know that school's back in session is how congested the freeways are. So, we get a reprieve during the summer. But one thing many students have on their minds, you mentioned parking, is when they come to campus, they're looking for parking, which is hard to find sometimes. Tell us some of the important points students need to remember about finding parking on campus.
Yes, ma'am. So one of the most important things when you're arriving on campus is to be prepared when you're coming to the campus, because sometimes you'll get your registration classes and it'll say the Learning Hub, but I'm supposed to be at the Stafford Learning Hub, not the Eastside Learning Hub or the Central Learning Hub. So sometimes they get confused on where they're going. So like I remember when I started at UH, I did a dry run and I went to go find the parking lot space for the student parking because I got a ticket the first day I was there. But it's just important to do like a dry run, know where your parking spaces are, go onto our website and get you a parking permit. It's very easy to do. You just enter your information and print out the parking permit. It's just a small piece of paper that you cut out or fold, and you place it on your dashboard. They're free, and all you have to do is place it on your dashboard. And just understand that you're a student and you park in the student parking areas, and you'll be fine. Try to stay away from street parking because street parking, obviously you're gonna have to pay for that. And our parking is free. You just need a parking permit.
Yeah, I was going to mention that we are lucky that our parking is free, because it can get really frustrating when you have to pay a premium price to park your car. And one of the frustrating things I know is finding students parking in staff and faculty parking spots. How do we handle that?
Yes, ma'am. So at the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks of each semester, we always give a big reprieve on parking citations and stuff like that, because we realize that the faculty, staff, and the students, they need to know where they're going and where to park and what have you. So sometimes, there'll be issues where you find a lot of students in the faculty or staff parking lot. So what we'll do is we have that number, our HCC dispatch number, 713-718-8888. And whenever you see things like this occur, you can easily call that phone number, and then we'll send out traffic enforcement to go out there and actually be visible in that area to say, hey, student parking's over here. Because a lot of times it's either they didn't see the sign or they missed the sign, or they're in a rush and they just park their cars and leave. So we give a leeway on those first 2-3 weeks of class, because we're all rushing to get to class, and it's we totally understand things happen like that. But in the event where it keeps on occurring, then that's when we start getting those frequent flyers and writing citations.
Now, I have kids in high school, and they are required to have their IDs on them at all times when they are on campus, and they get penalized, and they get charged $5 every time they don't have their ID. So tell us about HCC student IDs and why they're important for the students to be wearing. Because truthfully, I don't really see a lot of students wearing their IDs.
Yes, ma'am. We don't have that particular type of restriction here at the college. They should implement something like that. However, that'll force people to wear them. But it's very important to have your ID with you. This will allow the faculty staff to understand that you are a student here, to identify you as a student. Also, your student ID badge will allow you access to some things in the libraries, to like check out laptops or use a printer or the computer lab. So it's really important to get your student ID. This way it'll identify you as a student here, along with the faculty and staff. We're also required to carry our IDs with us, at all times, because it also identifies us as an employee, but it also allows you access to buildings if you have that type of access, and allows you access to use copy machine and to print out stuff. So it's very important to have your student ID with you, and it's free of charge. All you have to do is go get it.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of students realize that if they have a student ID, they can get discounts at restaurants and at stores. I know Amazon, if you have a student ID, you get half price membership into Amazon, which I think is a really cool thing. So our students really should be encouraged to get their student IDs. So give us some strategies for staying safe on campus.
So a lot of times, like I was saying earlier, we're in a rush all the time, and it's for students and staff and employees here at the college. We're always in a rush, trying to get to where we need to be, and not really paying attention to our surroundings. So a lot of times, you get in that rush and you don't see that there's somebody standing right outside your vehicle waiting for you to exit your vehicle, and you get startled by these things. So the most important thing is to be very attentive to what you're doing as you're approaching the campus. You have that opportunity to go someplace else. I understand that getting to your classes is very important, but make that time, that effort to leave earlier if you have to, and to not being in that rush. Pay attention to what's going on. Try to put your phone away. That way you're not looking at your phone and walking at the same time, because when you do stuff like that, this allows vulnerability, because you're not paying attention to what's happening around you, because you have you're looking at your phone. So just pay attention to what you're doing. If at any time that you need assistance, call that number 713-718-8888, and an officer will get out to your area. But it's really just important to be vigilant and look around before you park and before you get out of your vehicles. So this will, add additional safety from your standpoint of view. But like I said, if you see something, say something and call that number 713-718-8888.
Chief, if a student is having some issues with their vehicle, flat tire, car won't start, can they reach out to you all for some help?
Yes, ma'am, most definitely. So like I said, that phone number, that's the lifeline here. So call that number, 713-718-8888, and we'll get an officer out to your area, to where you're at, to gather that assistance. The only thing that I would like to say is just make sure that you're giving out an exact location, and don't tell our dispatcher, I need help at the Learning Hub, because we got a whole bunch of them. We need to know exactly which one you're at. So, we'll get a call and say, I need help in the parking garage. Okay, great. Which parking garage are you at? Oh, I'll get right back to you. So it's very important to let us know exactly where you're at, so we can send those officers to assist you. So we can get those assistance that you're needing for, like your example, if you need a lockout because you locked the keys in your car, or if you need a tire change or something like that, we can get that assistance to you.
Well, great. All great advice. Well, thank you, Timothy Ramirez, HCC Interim Chief of Police. We'll have your info in our post after the show.
Great.
And coming up after a quick commercial break, Todd and I will return with news and announcements.
When I grow up, I want to work at a school so I can be a teacher.
From classroom to career, we're with you every step. Register for real-world education at hccs.edu.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Welcome back to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis from the HCCTV studios. Before we wrap up today's show, got a couple of announcements to mention. Over at the Eastside Student Life Center patio, over at the Northeast College, they're offering weeks of welcome. HCC Southeast wants to give you, I should say Southeast College, not Northeast College. They want to give incoming fall students a fun, enthusiastic welcome. This resource fair called Weeks of Welcome is hosted by Student Life and Rec Sports and will offer yard games, music, swag, and nachos. All that in one location, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Now through August the 29th. So check them out. We'll have information in our post after the show. You know, Lana, a couple weeks, come back from vacation a couple weeks ago, and they're painting the hallways. They're redoing the basement. I mean, we're in the basement here at 3100 Main. You wouldn't recognize it now because Coleman College has a location here.
Yeah, Coleman comes to town with some classes offered at HCC District Office. So this fall, HCC students who are interested in health science careers can take some courses at the new HCC Coleman Satellite Office in the HCC Administrative Building, which we call the District Office, which is located at 3100 Main in Midtown. English, medical terminology, and the other prerequisite classes will be offered during evenings and weekends, so they can work more traditional business hours. And for more information about this registration, check out our post after the show.
Now, at the Northeast College this time, we have automotive career fairs. It's the upcoming fall automotive technicians and mechanics career fair. It's an opportunity to connect employers who are needing talent in the form of jobs, co-ops, internships, and more. Specialties include transportation technicians, auto body collision repair, and transportation mechanics. 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Wednesday, September 18th. It's at our Northeast campus. Check our post for more information. And we also have financial coaching sessions available for our students.
That's correct. And these coaching sessions are private and confidential. They can help students understand budgeting, assess their financial aid package, and refund or reduce their student loan debt. They may also navigate student loan repayment and emergency funding to help students stay in school. And for more information, check out our post after the show.
Now, fall 2024 semester is underway, but we do have a second start semester that you can register for. Check out our registration website at hccs.edu/apply. 5 ways to learn, 2 of them completely online, 2 of them are hybrid, and of course we have in-person classes. Check that website and make sure you get ready for second start semester. Tomorrow we'll continue with our presidential updates with the Northeast College and Central College. And coming up on Film Friday, we'll take a cup of tea with that Englishman in Texas. I hear he's real popular. Check that out on Friday. Tomorrow, I think Sharday will be here. Lana, thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
All right. Y'all have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Up to the Minute.